We have breaking news in the SportsCenter. Adam Schefter reporting that former Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray is signing a one-year deal with the Vikings. The move has been rumored since Arizona said they were releasing the former #1 pick. As we welcome in our NFL analyst, Ben Solak, what is your reaction to this news, Ben?
Yeah, this was the expectation. From the moment it became clear Kyler was going to be released, it's all right. Everywhere he signs for will be the same money, roughly. He's going to sign on a veteran minimum because the Cardinals are paying his bill. So if you were a quarterback in need of rehabilitation, where would you go? Kevin O'Connell, Minnesota, throw the ball to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. It's the best spot for a quarterback to rebuild his career. Heck, Daniel Jones had a cup of coffee there and then got $14 million from the Colts and started his rebuild as well. It is a little bit of a scheme change. Kyler's going to have to play under center, something he hasn't done a ton in the NFL. Throw intermediate middle, something that's not necessarily his strength. He's a shorter quarterback, so he doesn't like to drive the ball between the hashes the way a Sam Darnold does or a Kirk Cousins does. But Kevin O'Connell's a sharp coach, and he's never had a quarterback with this level of mobility since really Josh Dobbs. Remember that 2023 season he played a little bit? And they were a firecracker on offense. They were really explosive. So I trust O'Connell to adjust the system for Kyler, and I trust Kyler in an effort to rehab his career to adjust his play a little bit to O'Connell. I think this is going to be a great marriage. I expect the Vikings to be quite good on offense.
Okay, so they obviously have J.J. McCarthy there. If Kyler Murray wins the job, what do you think the ceiling is for this Vikings team?
I think it's quite high. And you see a team that right now is shedding a lot of veteran contracts. They're trying to get more cap compliant. So Javon Hargrave's out of the building. Jonathan Allen's gone. We might see Harrison Smith not come back, right? He's retiring. John Bernard might get traded. And so Brian Flores, who's done tremendous work, must continue to do so again with even fewer pieces. But offensively, I expect them to really bounce right back. That offensive line is ready to be the driving force behind a good running game. You're going to have a very motivated Justin Jefferson and Addison, a receiver room that wants to show, hey, we're still among the league best. It doesn't matter what happened in 2025. And so offensively, I think they can score a lot of points. If Flores is the guy we think he is, and trust me, he is, he's the man, then yeah, Minnesota back in the playoff hunt for sure.
All right, that is the breaking news. Adam Schefter reporting that Kyler Murray is signing a one-year deal with the Vikings. Ben Solak will be back a little bit later in the show. Thank you.
I want to thank the Wolf family. I want to thank Rob. I want to thank Coach O'Connell for giving me this great opportunity. I'm super excited. I can't wait to touch the field as a Minnesota Viking. It's a great day for me and my family. And again, I want to say I cannot wait to be touch that field and be a Minnesota Viking.
Okay, Kevin, we'll start with you.
Hey, Kyler. Just kind of curious how you were viewing this part of your career after being in Arizona. Do you view this as you're coming in as the starting quarterback? Do you view this competition? I'm sure you probably expected to get that question at some point, so we might as well start it off there.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I'm just grateful for the opportunity. I look forward to coming in and competing, getting to learn the offense, getting to be with Coach O'Connell. Obviously, he's had a lot of success, and again, I'm just looking forward to the opportunity to come in here and competing.
Hey, Kyler, congrats, man, first of all. Just curious, how far back does your Vikings fandom or your knowledge or interest in this organization go?
Thank you. Ever since I started playing tackle football, I was 7 years old. Genuine fandom. Ran deep, Vikings gear through and through. A lot of purple in my household. I don't want to bring it up right now, but maybe later another day. It was a moment. I'll bring it up anyways. Whatever. I cried real tears whenever Brett threw that interception. I cried real tears that day.
Hey, Kyler, welcome to Minnesota. Just wanted to kind of get what the experience has been like. I'm sure you met with a lot of people today. Just kind of, it's still probably sinking in and everything, but what's it been like? What was it like to reach out? And then, I guess, have you heard anything about here from Byron?
Yeah, Murph hit me up earlier. It's been a great day, though. I met a lot of genuine, real people. They've done nothing but treat me with great respect and love so far since I've been here. I'm very appreciative of how today went. And again, I cannot wait to get in the building, compete, and just represent the Vikings.
Kyler, what excites you most, or what are you most looking forward to about working with Kevin O'Connell?
Me and KO go back to the Elite 11 days. I remember, during the combine, I did I had an interview with the Redskins at the time, Commanders, and he was with them, and he pulled me aside after my meeting with them, and ever since then, our relationship, he's always made sure to check in on me, whether it was after a game, things like that. So I always respected that. I always appreciated his opinion of me and the support that he's given me. So for now, getting to play for him and have that relationship with him means the world. Obviously, he's had a lot of success with quarterbacks, different quarterbacks, and he's one of the best offensive minds in the game. So I'm looking forward to going to work with him.
Yeah, Kyler, where are you on a health standpoint? Obviously you had the foot deal last year. What was the extent of that foot injury, and where are you at with it now?
Yeah, I take extreme pride in my health, the way I take care of my body, and all the things that go into that. So, when that time comes, I'll be out on that field ready to go.
Kyler, how well do you know Justin Jefferson, and have you guys spoke, at all in recent times?
We haven't spoke. No, we haven't spoke. I'm sure I'll talk to him here pretty soon. But yeah, my last real interaction with Jet is at the Pro Bowl. At the Pro Bowl, we obviously got to spend some time together. Obviously, I'm super. Everybody knows what type of talent he is, what type of player he is, and his abilities through the roof. I'm just super excited to get to work with him, be able to call him a teammate, get to go to war with him.
Thoughts on the Vikings scheme, O'Connell run?
Wow.
Kyler Murray, of course, agreeing to a one-year contract with the Vikings within the hour and addressing the Minnesota media. So we were listening, and we asked our great researcher, Travis, about, hey, where is now the NFC North, the odds to win the division? Have they changed at all? Yeah. Vikings remain in last, 6-1 to win the NFC North. The Lions remain the favorite, a slight edge over the Packers. Yeah. And we're the Bears.
It's crazy.
It's wild.
That's crazy. I'm very excited to see him in that offense there in Minnesota, so hopefully he's able to thrive. But still, what does this mean?
Go to the NFL. Maxx Crosby's looking on the bright side of his failed trade to the Ravens in his first public comment since the deal. He posted on X that everything happens for a reason, and, quote, I'm a Raider. This comes just days after he bid an emotional farewell to Vegas and said he was excited about going to Baltimore. Tony and Mike, much more in tonight's PTI bonus topic.
All right, Wilbon, are you buying that Maxx Crosby will indeed play for the Raiders again?
Yeah, Tony, I am, for one simple reason. He's going to have to prove he's not damaged goods. And to do that, he's going to have to play for the Raiders. Because even though the Raiders maybe could get, something back, they're not going to just want to go out there and trade him for a 4 and a 5. They still want a haul. And I don't think they're ever necessarily going to get a haul. But he's going to have to prove, Maxx Crosby, that he's not damaged goods. Meniscus injuries, they don't have to derail you anymore as a star athlete with just a great body and a great body of work like Maxx Crosby. But you still got to show people you can do it after you have that injury. He's at that point. Once a team says, legitimately, no, we don't want to deal with this. We don't know what's beyond or behind the curtain after this injury. It's up to Maxx Crosby now to prove what's back there.
So I'm going to disagree with you, but it's not that I disagree with everything you're saying. I'm just going to disagree with the conclusion down the road. I think the Raiders are going to trade him. I think they're going to listen to offers, and I think nobody's going to give him a 1 and a 1. Nobody's going to give him anything like that. But I think ultimately they'll find something that is intriguing enough that they can do what they wanted to do all along, which is get rid of Maxx Crosby. I think once you make a trade, it gets very dangerous if you take somebody back. I believe if your management, you've made peace with the notion that you're getting rid of this guy, that your team is going to be better off that you get rid of this guy. And that's why I think that ultimately they will do that, because in their minds, they have already moved on. And so I do think Maxx Crosby, when he plays next, will play for another team. I do.
Tony, you and I have been around enough teams where even the rumor of a guy getting traded, it was tough for him to come back in that clubhouse and exist without feelings, legitimately hurt feelings. So I hear you on that, and you are right. I just think when it comes to sort of injuries, at some point you got to show people you can play, particularly in the NFL where they will get rid of you. So I hope that Maxx Crosby can come back just physically and overcome whatever's going on with that knee and be Maxx Crosby again. That's it. We're done. Back to you.
Tony, Mike, thank you. Crosby's former Vegas teammate, Geno Smith, going back to where it all started in his pro career. Tuesday, the Raiders traded Smith to the Jets. Smith was taken by New York in the second round of the 2013 draft. He was the starter until 2015 before leaving in 2017. He now gets another chance in the Big Apple. Great to welcome in Geno Smith live right here on SportsCenter. Geno, when you heard that you were going back to the Jets, what were your first thoughts?
Super excited. How about that? A full circle moment. When I heard I had an opportunity, to be back in Florham Park, just started thinking about all the memories, man. Was there for 4 years, got drafted, 39th pick. Had a lot of ups and downs, but, I really learned a lot, had some great teammates and coaches, and, really enjoyed my stay there. It was just the beginning of my journey, and now I'm back, and so I'm excited.
And you pick up all this experience, of course, through the years. You mentioned that when you spoke to Jets head coach Aaron Glenn, that he has a real plan. What parts of his plan makes you believe right now?
I think, when I talk to AG, just the realness of him. He's a guy who's played this game, so he understands it from a player perspective. But, he's been a tremendous coach for a while now.